Hey everyone, I'm Rena and this is my YouTube channel, Yoga with Rena. Every week I offer yoga teaching tips and business tips for yoga teachers. So today is actually a live video for Mama Nurture Mondays where I share yoga teaching tips for prenatal and gentle yoga. Today's posture is Pigeon pose, Ekapada rajakapotasana. So let's jump right in. Happy Monday, everybody. It's Rena here, and I'm back with Mama Nurture Monday prenatal yoga teaching tips. And like I said last week, remember these things apply to gentle yoga and all kinds of yoga as well. So today we are doing pigeon pose, Ekapada rajakapotasana. And I'm super excited because this is one of my favorite postures. And hey, I see somebody jumping in. Oh, hey. Hey, Shannon Crow. So I will, at the end of the video, come and look at comments. So let's get started with pigeon pose. So let's just come to seated and then turn onto all fours. We have quite a few different options here today. And coming to all fours, and then have your student bring, let's say it'll be my left knee right behind the left wrist. And this is important because we want to take it to the side so we have room for baby. And then this other foot is going to angle in a little bit toward the opposite knee. And then we start to lower down the back leg. So you can curl the toes under, lift the knee, and send it a little further down. So one of my favorite things to do if I have blocks available is to put the blocks here. In fact, let me show that from here. So you can start here, have them bring the knee forward, ease back, and then that gives them a little bit of support. So even if they're opposite hip, if that left hip isn't sitting all the way down, this keeps the hips nice and square. So depending on what's going on with the pelvis, that could be really important. So this is a good place to start. Another thing that you can do for comfort, I'll do the other side, is to have something here to prop the hips. So this side comes forward, and this is really nice. And then you feel like you can kind of sit onto that and rest. And from there, if you want to lower down, options would be, another one of my favorites, if you have blocks, is just to come to elbows. So that leaves a lot of room for baby. But you could also do the same thing with a bolster and going from there. So that gives a lot of options just on the lying on the belly or coming forward on the belly. And we have other options too that we can do here. This posture can be really good for easing low back pain. So in pregnancy, we hear a lot about back and hip pain. And this is great. It actually stretches the piriformis muscle and the muscles around it, which can really help ease the low back tension. And then you can just set this up really restoratively as well. So first, I would say seated, and you can have feet out in front. I actually like to start them with legs straight, and then bend one leg and bring the ankle just above the knee, and then maybe lean back, and then they can start to bend into that front or that bottom leg and start to feel that sensation here. So perfectly fine to do this seated, and then they're in control here with the other leg as their lever. Another way that I like to do this is reclined. There are some other options too like this in the video on eagle pose, but then from here it's the same thing. You start with that top leg bent, ankle right above the knee, bend into that bottom leg, and then you have this nice and supported here, especially if they're further along and they don't want to lie down. And then keeping in mind we don't recommend lying on the back for extended periods of time during pregnancy. So that would be an option. And you could do the same thing without this if you wanted. And then there's also the options at the wall. So you would come into sort of legs up the wall here. Again, you can do this with the bottom further away from the wall and the knees bent and the ramp. So you could bring that ramp right under. When you do that, you have to sit back a little bit further from the wall, but that would give them an option if they wanted to do it at the wall but not lie completely down. And then from here, we just have this option. So we've done reclined, seated, supported, and the regular way that we do it front facing. If you have any other options that I did not do, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. And if these tips are helpful to you, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If there's any particular posture that you're struggling with that you want to hear about, let us know. Thanks everyone for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button below. If you have a question or would like to add something, please put it in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, ding the bell. You know how it goes. Do all the things, and I will see you next week with more yoga teaching tips. Have a great day.